Alright, what's up everybody? We're back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, we're going to talk about last night's blowouts. We had a couple blowouts on national TV. And yeah, it was the National Blowout Association last night. And we're going to talk all about it here in today's video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the content around here, consider subscribing, turn notifications to all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. We're close. We're at like 437, I want to say right now as I'm recording this. So if you do have the content, hit the subscribe button. It would mean a whole lot to me. Link to my Twitter and TikTok and stuff like that in the description down below. And yeah, I don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So on national TV, TNT, I was very excited for these two TNT games. We had Celtics, Bucks, Suns, Lakers. Two teams, the Celtics and Bucks, the top two teams in the East. Celtics coming off an overtime win against Minnesota. What do they got for the Bucks? Suns and Lakers. Two West Conference teams kind of struggling right now, trying to put together what's going to be. And both those games ended in blowouts. We're talking about the Celtics and Bucks first, because that one was crazy. Milwaukee went on a 25-0 run at one point in this game. 25-0 run against the Celtics. And the Celtics have been, the best team in the NBA this year. Obviously the best record. Just came off a big win against Minnesota in overtime. They have been the best team. They are the favorites, And Milwaukee had kind of been struggling, even though they had a really, really good record, second in the Eastern Conference, obviously, stuff like that. But they just didn't feel like, the contending Milwaukee Bucks that we thought, And so this game is going to be a big test to see, kind of in a way, all right, where does Milwaukee kind of rank? How do they deal with Boston? And Boston was playing everybody, everybody except for Al Horford, I guess. But everybody else was playing, so I was like, all right, let's see how this goes. And it was close until the last few minutes of the first quarter, and then the second quarter happened. When Milwaukee goes on a 25-0 run, they outscored Boston 34-15 in the second quarter and went up by 40 at one point in this game. And then Boston comes out, and the starters do not play the second half. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Kristaps Porzingis got benched. Don't play the second half. And Milwaukee wins by 33 points. It got bad. They did the NFL football thing. They cut the game off and went to another game. Okay, Denver, what am I talking about? Dallas and New York, and that was a double-digit game. It was a 15-point game, but they cut to that because Milwaukee was destroying Boston. And that was the first time this year I feel like we've seen Boston get just straight up beat. Obviously they lost games before coming in. They lost 8 games before this. But they straight up just got beat. Beat up. The starters, no one on the starting lineup hit a 3-pointer. The starting lineup combined to go 0 for 10 from 3. Jaylen Brown had 10. Tatum had 7. Derek White had 2. Jrue Holiday had 6. Porzingis had 6. The starting lineup combined for 31 points. Payne Pritchard had 21 by himself off the bench. It was crazy. And Milwaukee just absolutely dominated them. Boston didn't have anything for them. Looking at the team stats, Boston shot 37% from the field, 9 for 35 from 3. Got out rebounded 54-31, out assisted 34-22. Milwaukee also hit 18 threes and shot 57% from the field as well. But yeah, shout out to Milwaukee for that one. But Boston just absolutely got beat up. Milwaukee came out and had a statement, I guess. Now, also, you had to think with Boston where they did just come off yesterday. They played an overtime game against Minnesota where they had to win, they had to struggle for it, and then they had to go from Boston to Milwaukee and play the next day. So there's probably some fatigue in there, obviously. But still, a 33-point loss. Your starters don't get benched in the second half. You're down by 40 in the first half. That's crazy. That's just crazy. I'm not saying Boston's not a contender or not the best team anymore. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just wow. Praise to Milwaukee. Obviously came out and just got business done, I guess. Bobby Portis had 28 and 12 off the bench. He had 5 threes. 24, 12, and 6 for Giannis. 21 for Dame. Malik Beasley hit 4 threes. Brook Lopez hit a couple threes. And Chris Middleton didn't really do much. Chris Middleton was 2 for 9. He was just kind of out there. It was just, Milwaukee absolutely dominated. And the next TNT game, I was like, all right, that one was a dud, I guess. But we got Suns-Lakers now. Suns-Lakers, two teams kind of struggling in the West, trying to find their way. Let's see what happens. Devin Booker puts up 19 in the first quarter, and Phoenix is up by 11. And I was like, oh man, please don't let this be another blowout. Then they go up 3. They win by 3 in the second quarter, and the Suns are up by double digits. But the Lakers are fighting back. Lakers are fighting back. It's a 14-point game at halftime. And it's like, all right, maybe the Lakers can do a little thing. And they did a little bit. But then Bradley Beal says, you know what? All right, my turn. And he puts up 20 in the third. And they're up by 27 going into the fourth quarter. And it was like, all right, well, the Suns blew out the Lakers by 18 points. It was a little bit closer at the end. Suns win 127-109. It was just absolute dominance by the Phoenix Suns on both ends. Offense, Devin Booker got it started. Then the second half, Bradley Beal was like, all right, my turn. And this was probably the best game the big three has played together. Bradley Beal had 37 points, 14 for 21. He had 8 threes. Devin Booker had 31, 5 and 5. And KD had 18, 5 and 5. The big three combined for, I think, like 79 or 78 points. Just absolute dominant performance by them on offense and on defense. They played pretty solid. For the Lakers, it was a very tough showing. LeBron shot 3 for 11. He had 10 points. AD had 13. Tony Prince was 4 for 10. Cam Reddish left this game early. He played 8 minutes and didn't do anything on the court. It was a really tough game from the Lakers. LeBron and AD both had pretty rough games. A lot of turnovers. Lakers had 18 turnovers in this game. Got out rebounded by a lot. Suns just dominated this game. And now the Suns are 20-18. Lakers are back to under 500. So both TNT national TV games. Duds, unfortunately. But it was like, all right, you have other games, right? Well, can we talk about how the OKC Thunder won by 62 points last night? The Oklahoma City Thunder won by 62 points last night. It was a good first quarter. It was like, okay, OKC's probably going to blow this one out. And then they outscored Portland 39-15 in the second, and they were up 30 at halftime. And then they outscored them 43-17 in the third quarter. In the third and fourth quarter, in the second and third quarter combined, the Thunder outscored Portland 82-32. They outscored them by 50 points in 2 quarters. And won by 62 points, 139-77. Portland shot 28% from the field. I've never seen a team. The Portland was 28 for 101. 28 for 101. 28% from the field, 22% from 3. Got out assisted 41-16. Got out rebounded 59-42. OKC hit 14 threes, shot 57% from the field. OKC had 6 players scoring double figures. Shea had 31 in 21 minutes. J-Dub had 21, 7 and 4, shot 9 for 10. Josh Giddey had 13, 10 and 12, and shot 5 for 5 on triple-double. Chad had 19. Lou Dort had 11. Trey Mann came in and played and had 11 points. Just the absolute dominance. School Henderson had 13 points. He shot 4 for 21. It was a minus 56, which is tough. The plus minuses are crazy. Scoot was a minus 56. Duop Reith was a minus 49. Jamie Grant was a minus 40. Shaden Sharp was a minus 39 off the bench. And then for OKC, Josh Giddey was a plus 46. Lou Dort was a plus 45. Actually, I didn't even look at the plus minus of the Celtics game. Jason Tatum and Drew Holiday were a minus 31. Porzingis was minus 27. And then for Milwaukee, Giannis was a plus 38 on the game, so that's good. Even though plus minuses are kind of, weird and whatever. But that happened. Also, in the Laker game, Tony Prince was a minus 30. Grayson Allen was a plus 32. So, But, Thunder won by 62 points last night. That's embarrassment. That is just... Also, Portland becomes the first franchise ever to have multiple 60-point losses. So, that's something. But, a lot of blowouts. The last couple games, a lot of blowouts. We did have a couple good games. The Mavericks and Knicks was going to be a blowout, but then the Knicks kind of made it a good game at the end. Nets and Cavs in Paris. Shout out Donovan Mitchell. He put up 45. That was kind of a close game, even though Cleveland was kind of up by a lot in the second and third, but then the Nets kind of made it a good game as well. But no really close, enticing games last night, which kind of sucks, even though it was supposed to be a good slate. But, Friday, we got a lot more games. Hopefully we get some more competitiveness. But, just a lot of blowouts last night. It was a very crazy day in the NBA. That's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, I've enjoyed the content on here. Consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, also like that. I'd really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. And, I'll see you guys tomorrow.